Hi again, everybody. This is Travis Big League Berardi here on the set of the Roundup with me, Big League. Over the course of the last 8 weeks, we had all of our shout-outs from our MVP interviews in our Talk of the Town brought to you by Plymale Insurance Group. And thanks again to Plymale Insurance Group for being our sponsor. But since the season is done here on the Roundup, it is time to relive all of those shout-outs in our final end-of-season compilation here, once again brought to you by Plymale Insurance Group.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
My hitting coach, Matthew Johnson at Worcester, and then Coach Blake for giving me confidence the first one, and Coach Brad over there is my first base coach, and then just everyone. A big thanks to the Polans for letting me hit at their place all the time. I just appreciate everyone, and my team obviously has been a huge support for me, and I love them all.
Thanks to my parents and thanks to my travel ball team for helping me out always.
Shout out to my family, the whole town. They love to support us.
That's awesome. As always, you can look into the camera, give everybody a shout out. Go for it.
I'll say Belle. She did really good back there withstanding all the wind.
I want to thank my family and my coaches especially.
Awesome. If you want to shout anybody out that you'd like, anyone in the world, go for it.
Just want to say hi to my dad.
All right, there you go.
I'd like to shout out my team and my coaches for staying behind me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Drew.
And now finally, if you want to look into the camera and give anyone you want a shout out. Allie Morgan. Thank you.
I thank my whole team, honestly. The guys on the field and off the field. You know, the guys picking me up on defense. Like, if I'm not doing good, the guys on the bench, they'll pick me up, talk me through it, and then get back on the field. That way I can keep shoving.
My mom and dad, for sure. My brother, and all my family and all my friends.
It's shout out time.
I'm just going to thank my team for being my biggest supporters, and my parents and friends.
Do anybody want to shout out here after your 600th victory?
Well, you know, my wife for you know, a lot of long hours, and you have to put up with a lot being a coach's wife, so I'd probably be #1 on the list.
And Grant, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Well, shout out to Travis. I know he's been doing this. So shout out to the brothers, and I know I got Marcus watching in Columbus, and then shout out to my whole team. I know Cooper played a great first base. Drew was lights out over there at third. I'm just really proud of those guys.
Phenomenal. Thank you so much.
Finally, as always, you want to look into the camera and give anybody a shout out you'd like. Go for it, my friend.
I'd like to give a shout out to my family for coming and supporting me every game. My grandpa and my parents and everybody that comes out and supports me.
I'm going to shout out my teammates because I think they're the most important thing, and it's a team sport. So I think this win is all of us. So I'm going to shout them out because I think we're playing really, really well.
It's amazing. I mean, having one of the two of the best pitchers in the state in Division III really doesn't make us score as many runs, but the rest of our pitching staff's really good too. So shout out to them for being.
I'd like to shout out Erod for getting the last hit. I'd like to shout out my dad for teaching me how to play baseball, introducing me to the game.
We always like to give our athletes an opportunity to give shout outs. So if you want to look into the camera and throw some love to anybody right now, it's your chance.
Definitely my parents and my grandma who came to support me today.
Shout out to my parents and my pitching coaches and my travel coaches for helping me get through this season, and just to keep on playing with swagger and confidence, and all my teammates behind me like Lena and Brinley and Olivia, who just always had my back.
Literally behind you.
Talon had a great job behind the plate today, no pass balls, and then all our coaches are doing a great job this year.
And lastly, if you want to look into this camera, give anybody a shout out that you like. Go for it.
I'm going to say the offense today. They came ready to hit. Even in tough positions, they came out.
Yeah, luckily we had a great ground crew to help us out. A couple dads came up, put the tarp on last night, came in early this morning, got it off, and then spent the last couple hours working on it. So it ended up being a good field day, and it was fun.
Anyone you want to shout out tonight?
Shout out Coach Hathaway, our baseball team. Shout out my team for really helping me, having my back, and helping me stay positive after that first inning. And shout out OH Report.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Shout out to my catchers, Garrett, my bullpen catcher, Nick. And then a shout out to my brothers watching and Marcus watching down in Columbus. Thank you guys.
My first baseman, because he's picked all my balls that I throw in the dirt every time.
All right, there you have it. Jake Haverstock, today's MVP. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Lastly, if you want to look into the camera, give anybody a shout out, say hi to anybody you want, go for it.
I want to thank my pitcher, Lex. She had my back the entire time, and she just did it all for her team. She was lights out, and she went in 100% every single pitch and every single play.
I want to shout out my team, my parents, and the coaching staff.
I'm gonna pity shout out my sister since she's been waiting for this one for forever now. And then just our pitchers. I mean, they did great today, and all of us for being loud and losing half our voices.
I'd like to shout out all my teammates, my coaches, and my parents.
Shout out to my family for always coming and supporting me.
All right, there you have it. Tonight's MVP, Nick Candle, the complete game. One hit shutout. Hillsdale wins.
Yes, sir! Shout out to Kenzie for holding us down tonight, and shout out to our defense for handling the game so well, and shout out to Coach Gillig for always supporting us through everything.
I'd like to shout out my team for always having my back.
Do you have anyone you want to shout out tonight?
My sister, and thanks for coming in for me in the last play of the game. So,
is there anyone you want to give a special shout out to?
Just my family and our fans and my team.
I'm gonna give shout out first of all Allie Morgan because she's my bestie out there, and shout out to my dad because he bought me the bat that I've been hitting home runs with. So thanks, Dad.
Shout out to my teammates and my coach for always pushing me, and for my mom for making it, and my dad for coming to all my games.
Now, any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out multi-MVP, Grant Bentley. Shout out T-Rev. Shout out Jason.
I'll shout out my Aunt Ange for going out of work and planning around this. My dad, who took off work today, saying that he couldn't make it. My sister, my mom, because they want it.
And happy birthday, Belle's mom, as well.
Happy birthday, Mom. It's for your birthday.
Yeah!
There you have it.
My dad, he's awesome. And then I went through ACL surgery, so all the doctors and coaches said to help me through that. So.
My amazing defense tonight and catcher Jamie Apfer, and then my parents for supporting me.
Awesome.
Shout out to Gage Weaver, who's standing here behind the camera, and shout out to all the Ontario fans. Shout out to JC for getting that walk-off.
Hey, shout out to all the fans who pulled up. You know, you had to pay for tickets. It's pretty rare, but hey, that's okay. We got a lot of seniors here. Shout out to all of them. Made the season great.
And then do you have any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, I mean, just God, my family, and my teammates, my coaches for just putting me in this position and just giving me confidence throughout the way, and my family for pushing me.
I'm gonna shout out you guys. You guys are always coming out here. You guys need some love too, but also my team. I'm gonna miss them so much. I can't even think about what's gonna happen without them.
There you have it.
Oh, I'd like to give a shout out to my favorite center of all time, to Jacob Lucar. He's standing right behind you.
I got to shout out the whole dugout. I mean, they brought the energy tonight, the defense. I mean, the dugout, my teammates really came to play and bring the energy.
Hey, last but not least, buddy, we got the shout out here, as we always do on the OH Report, and I'm told your girlfriend Lauren's here in the house, and plus your mom. So if you only get to pick one, who are you going to shout out now?
Gotta shout out my mom, of course. It's my mom.
Just past Mother's Day, you got to put some respect on it, right?
Got to.
All right, and if you want to give a shout out to anybody else outside of those two, go for it.
Shout out to Grayson Heidner, shout out to Jacob Williams, shout out to Carson Garrett and Max Hess. And yeah, that should be it.
My dad, he's taught me since day one. My first game I ever pitched was actually 8 years ago today, so that makes today really special for me. And Taylor Mullins and Mad Dog. Me and Mad Dog do a little handshake before every single inning, so it doesn't get messed up. And my chicken nugget. It's lucky.
She's had that on all tournament long. It's a good luck
And the
charm.
Nug we trust.
And the Nug we trust. All right.
Yeah, our bench is amazing. We've got like 15 girls, but they're all part of this team.
I give a shout out to my parents, my cousin Austin. He's my hitting instructor. All of our coaches, Miss Adam and Rob, and all of the players. Obviously, we're one unit, and I love them all.
I want to give a shout out to Peyton, who's a sophomore. I'm really proud of her for catching that last play. That's really huge for her, and I'm really proud of her.
I'd love to shout out my coaches and my parents for making it possible to be here.
Shout out to the defense and shout out to the family watching it back at home.
I'll shout out to my mom. Love you, Mom.
Shout out to my parents, always coming to support me. Shout out to my grandparents also coming out to support me through almost all my games.